Hello and welcome in. This is Divination Rainbow. Thank you so much for joining in for today's reading. We're going to be taking a look into the love energy today. We're going to be first just pulling on how you feel about your person, and you'll be able to see right away whether or not that matches with what is on your mind. And then we're going to look at how they're thinking that you feel and how they feel towards you in this connection. We're going to be pulling in what you need to know right now based off of the current energy. So I'm really excited to be taking a look at this for you today. And I hope that you are comfortable and enjoying your day so far. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So first we're going to be taking a look at you and how you feel about your person. If I can just get a little bit of information here. Oh, wow. So you really have strong emotional feelings towards this person. And you're the type of person who really sees your person, your specific person, as being a desirable partner to you, a strong type of partner. And they're also the type of person who you want to be able to start out on a new beginning with. You have a lot of feelings about positive prospects with this individual, and there's choices that you're faced with. So, this may be a situation where this person for you is one of a couple of different individuals that you have on your mind as being a prospective partner for yourself, or this also could be a situation where you're being faced with some choices because you're a little bit more familiar with this person and they put you in an energy where you do see a new opportunity here. But at the same time, because they are the type of individual that they are, strong and charismatic, it makes you kind of think about all of the different options and all of the different things that maybe affect your connection. So if that sounds like you, now we're going to be pulling on your person's energy and what they're feeling towards you at this time. Wow, they see you as somebody that they have a lot of passion and desire towards. They see you as a very attractive person, and they want to have a strong, positive, successful connection with you. What else can we see about how your person is feeling towards you? The Lovers. They are really, really feeling a lot of strong connection towards you in a very passionate way and wanting to bring this into a more stable union. Wow. We just got a ton of major arcana out here. They want a new beginning with you. They want a new beginning with you because they see you as somebody who knows a lot about them. They want a more traditional union with you, and they see this as something that they just kind of know. They just kind of feel deep within. And we're also getting a lot of imagery here of this waning crescent. There's 3 cards here that show a waning crescent. So this could be a situation where you've been through cycles with this individual before, okay? We also see 3 cards here where there is a full moon being depicted as well. So I'm also getting the feeling here that this could be a reconnection that is being manifested in by you or your person, but it's definitely giving a rebirth energy. Your person sees you as someone who is really strong and confident, very attractive indeed, and they have a lot of passionate energy towards you. They see you as somebody who has a leadership energy, and they want to be able to have a more traditional kind of stable union with you. And this has put them into a state of being a little bit more introspective and needing to see themselves and the opportunities that they have to be able to step it up. So, what's the shared energy here in this connection? What kind of things does your person maybe think that you're feeling towards them, and vice versa? That one just kind of wanted to slip out there. All right. What else can we see? Definitely a lot of new energy here, which is interesting. You both want a new beginning. And this one flipped out in the reverse. Yeah, you both want a new beginning, and it's something that neither one of you really thinks that the other one knows or is really kind of sure how to talk about it at this time. But it's the kind of thing where neither one of you really wants to wait much longer with that page of cups being in the reverse. And then there's the fool. This is just going to keep repeating. I think that's all we need to see at this point. It's kind of a very intuitive, kind of a mystical thing where you both are not quite sure how the other person feels about this, but both of you are strongly wanting to manifest in this new beginning and to kind of take a chance, to take a risk, and to see how it goes. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, this is something that you or your person, or potentially both of you, could be manifesting in a real passionate energy. There's another waning crescent here. And I see this as being a very powerful connection. One of you is a really dominant individual with this Akita here. And the bear could be a significant archetype for you as well, sign or synchronicity in your connection with this Akita here. One of you could be like a little bit more of a stronger, more athletic type of build, and the other one could be a little bit more of a slim and petite build. I am getting a lot of juxtaposition here between the breeds. We're getting a lot of working breeds like the husky, the Akita, the Samoyed, and then we're also at the same time getting some toy breeds with the crested, the smooth fox terrier, and the French bulldog. And then yeah, another large breed here with the Great Dane. So it's interesting. And then the offense pincher. Yeah, so you guys definitely could almost be like a yin and yang type of vibe as well, where you complement each other very well. Interesting. Well, it's beautiful to see that that is really how they're feeling about you. All of that loving, passionate energy is quite something. Getting the lovers and the empress, this person really sees you as a strong, ideal type of partnership match for them. With all of that information coming through, this energy feels great. Let's just pull in a little bit more about what we can see about what may be coming up next for you in this connection, for you and your person. I'm going to clean this up a little bit first, too. We had your energy over here. And then your person had a lot that they that they expressed through this reading, I tell you what. Which I love to see that. Let me get my stuff together here. I kind of had to think about it for a second how I was going to do that. In case I want to go back, I like to have things together. I just heard separate but equal. It's usually never the accurate case in situations where that's being said. But maybe that's how you and your person, maybe that's something important to you and that's why it came to my mind. All right, let's see what we can see here, please, about what is coming up next. Ooh, interesting. Let's get a couple more if we can. What is coming up next in this connection that we are reading on so far? What can we expect? Woo! A lot of energy, a lot of passionate energy. Ooh, okay. Awesome. I love to see these type of things. All right, so we've got quite a bit of things going on here. There's absolutely a lot of divine favor that is smiling on this connection. I was wanting to say surrounding this connection, but I heard smiling on this connection. You could have a really impressionable smile, or one of you in this connection could have a really noticeable smile about you. You could be the type of person whose smile just kind of lights up the room. I'm definitely getting a little bit of that. But I'm seeing that there is a moment of just kind of like bing of everything kind of clicking together with the village being in the middle of the reading here with these archetypes. And I'm seeing it as being kind of an opportunity to expand, either expanding your connection or kind of expanding the love here. It's taking things to the next level. And it's definitely giving wish fulfillment energy. It's the kind of thing where everyone in your life might not necessarily see this coming, but when it pops off, there's going to be some times of a little bit of confusion and a little bit of like that nervous, like butterfly type energy, but it's going to feel really good as all of this newness comes in. It's interesting too because there's been a lot of renewal and like new energy in this reading in general, where we saw some rebirth and kind of it looks like the vibe of both of you kind of wanting to set things off in the right direction. And this is a card that is really carrying the energy and the message that that is what is very possible here in the future based off of this current energy. So I was super happy to see that come out, and especially in the area that it did. And it's kind of funny too how that star kind of corresponds with the sun that we see with the monkey card as well, because that card is going to be carrying some energy, like I was saying, of some divine favor, some luck, some blessings. It's definitely bringing in an energy of someone who is trying things through patience and trying over again, which does make sense based off of what we saw about you and your person. And it's also carrying the energy for you as somebody who could potentially be a problem solver, somebody who could potentially be the type of person who goes about things in their own way but gets to that desired result regardless. Okay. And it's definitely an inspired type of energy here. And with the rainbow happening, it kind of connects with the rainbow on the rainbow card. I'm seeing this as kind of like a promise from the universe, kind of like a blessing, kind of like something that's unfolding in divine timing as well. And so the monkey is kind of just letting you both know that as you're manifesting this in and as you're filling up your cup, don't forget that what you're thinking about and what you're feeling, that inspiration that you're having, is also shaping and creating this unfolding that's happening for you. And that's really interesting too, because your person has a lot of strong feelings for you as well. So the two of you together could potentially be unknowingly creating this really beautiful new beginning together. And it's interesting too because when you're seeing a rainbow, it's like a promise, right? It's like a miracle. It's something that's happening that's giving you a chance to kind of reflect and think about all of the beauty that is surrounding you. And that's really what this connection is carrying the energy of. Where there maybe have been a little bit of times of uncertainty or maybe some like rough and stormy seas or something in the past where the two of you didn't quite see eye to eye, or maybe where this is just something completely unexpected. You didn't necessarily think that this was going to be the way that it was or the way things that came into you, but it has absolutely caused you to kind of grow and expand your thinking. It's putting you into a situation where you're feeling very enlightened, and you and your person are both working through this in a way where you're ready to approach challenges, you're ready to overcome obstacles, and you're ready to really bring things into fruition with the seashore appearing here. You're ready to kind of let things roll in with the tides, not fighting against it as it all unfolds for you, but rather working with what you've got and using what's around you to kind of make things happen. And that's really how it works too, right? When you're trying to bring in a connection and you're not quite sure how the other person feels. And it's more of an intuitive thing. It's more of trusting yourself and trusting how you're going to approach things, trusting the way that you speak to yourself and the way that you intend to speak about this connection and the way that you speak to this person or the way that you all speak to each other. But with the owl here, I'm also once again getting a strong rebirth energy, energy of creation, and also an energy of strong intuition. It carries a lot of the same vibes as the High Priestess card that we got here when we were looking at your person's thoughts and feelings towards you in this connection. So there's a lot of inner knowing here. And there is a lot of mystical energy kind of surrounding this with the rainbow and the owl, right? And then we're seeing this star once again from the village right here in the middle. This is kind of something that's just kind of clicking together, I'm seeing here. And this is something where, once again, the two of you may be a little bit opposite. This is the only card in this deck where I have actually seen in the background a dog. In the journey that we see in this deck, it's this beautiful white cat moving through all of this different, lovely illustrated imagery. But in this one, you can see that the dog is hanging out there too. You may not be able to see that actually. Let's be so for real. But I'm telling you, that is interesting. That is really interesting to see. And that kind of gives me, once again, that you guys complement each other really well. You're not the type of typical pair. You're not the type of people who maybe necessarily envisioned even ending up together. It could have started off very casual as a friendship or as a colleague type of partnership. It could have started off in a way where you just kind of bumped into each other and started kind of chatting, and it didn't necessarily seem like it was going to develop in this way because of all of the differences that you have, right? But I'm also getting a lot of Three of Cups energy from this seashore card with those three dolphins as well. So this is something to celebrate. And this is something that is really bringing in the opportunity to spend quality time together, and also maybe even to connect with other individuals around you and forming a community from this relationship. I just heard soul tribe. So this person may also even be someone that you have like a soul connection with, like a part of your soul family or your soul tribe. Wouldn't be surprised with all of the strong imagery that we're seeing here. There are a lot of signs and synchronicities. All right. Interesting. I love to see that. That is so cool. I love when things just kind of click together like that. All right. Someone might have like a tattoo of a clover. I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading today with a quote from the Essential Rumi. And that's funny too, because this rainbow card, in the guidebook, I believe it talks about one of those quotes that I use from time to time, because it's one of the ones that I hear a lot too, that the wound is the place where the light enters, talking about growing your mind through those experiences that can sometimes be a little bit challenging, that can sometimes be a little bit more of a struggle. All right. Because that is absolutely the truth. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we can pull through here. A lover has four streams inside of water, wine, honey, and milk. Find those in yourself and pay no attention what so and so says about such and such. The rose does not care if someone calls it a thorn or a jasmine. Ordinary eyes categorize human beings. That one is a Zoroastrian, this one Muslim. Walk instead with the other vision given you, your first eyes. Don't squint, and don't stare blankly like a vulture. Those who love fire fall in the fire. A fly sips from the edge into the way. If you are in love with the infinite, why grieve over earth washing away in the rain? Bow to the essence in a human being. A desert drinks war blood, but if it knew this secret, springs would rise, rose gardens. Don't be content with judging people good and bad. Grow out of that. The great blessing is that Shams has poured a strength into the ground that lets us wait and trust the waiting. Well, isn't that something? Wow. I love when everything clicks together like that. And it's letting you know, too, to just trust in your own senses as well. Trust in that intuitive energy that is surrounding this connection. And don't question too much the feelings or the little pieces of magic and the way things are unfolding. Okay? There are times when we can stare too long, and just like a fly or a moth to a flame, we don't want to get too close, don't want to get burned. But we're really seeing here an energy of that not so much being the case. It's okay to lose yourself in the moment at times and not to hold on so tightly to the expectations expectations that you yourself, or that maybe even friends, family, society, whatever, may have for who you should end up with or how your connection should be. All right. And that is certainly the message. Thank you so much for taking the time to stick with me for today. I am always so grateful for you and being able to pull through these messages for you. I truly hope that you are able to find value there. And until we see each other in the next one, do take good care of yourself. Bye bye for now.